Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed for the 300th episode of The Daily Shed. I know, it's pretty amazing, right? I'm proud of myself, and apparently you guys are proud of me too, because we've got a whole lot of communication to go through today, but I just wanted to stop and say thank you again, like the millionth time. 300 episodes is just freaking crazy to me. I know it's like an arbitrary milestone, like I just made it up basically, but 300 of something is really, I don't think I've ever done 300 of anything. Day's work, but 300 what? Wow. I'm really, really shocked that we've come this far, and I'm so thankful that I have you along for the ride. So, yeah, I wanted this episode to be all about you by opening it up to your phone calls and postcards and emails and whatever the heck else you wanted to send me. So we got all of that. So we're just going to dive into this. I will warn you, however, I did not pre-screen any of the stuff I'm going to go over today. Normally I do. Normally I listen at least once to make sure that there's nothing crazy in here. But I didn't this time. So whatever happens, happens. So let's do the first call, and then we'll just kind of step through this stuff.
Hello, Chevee at the Daily Shed. This is Ryan Hubbard from
Hey, Ryan.
Handmade. I know I already sent you some video clips and things like that, but I wanted to call in and say congratulations on 300 episodes. That is no small feat, and I am happy for you and proud of you and happy to watch. I hope you have a wonderful Friends Day episode and a wonderful 300th celebration. Talk to you later.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate it a lot, and I really do appreciate the random facts that Ryan's done. He just sent me like a bulk video of them, and it's been really great. Some days I forget to connect my phone to the Wi-Fi, and I don't get signal in here, and I'm sitting here waiting for the stupid thing to come up so I can hit the dang button, and it's like I know that I can just jump upstairs and do that real quick or whatever it might be. So that's been really helpful, so thank you so much for that, Ryan. If you want to get involved, that's another way you can do it. Send me a random fact. Just take your phone out, record yourself reading a random fact, and I'll put it at the end of the episode. If you have a channel, it's a good way I'll plug you. This is what it's all about for me, is the community of it all. So thank you so much for that, Ryan. Let's check out, got an email or two. Well, the first one we got was from Levi. Levi says, 300 shows, that's pretty amazing. Thank you, Levi. That's a lot of one type of thing to produce. Congrats. I have two questions, an easy one and a more complicated one. What kind of videos do you generally watch on YouTube? I do subscribe to quite a bit of daily content. The Philip DeFranco show is a daily news show that I watch. Good Mythical Mornings, a daily, I don't know what the heck show that I watch. One of my favorite channels right now is this guy called Steven Suptic, he was one of the hosts on SourceFed when they closed. He has been doing daily on his channel, and it's a vlog, like essentially a parody of vlog, but not really a parody vlog, like a mockumentary. It's hilarious. The guy, he's a young kid and he's amazing. So I watch him every day. But the majority of things that I do watch some few gaming channels also, but the majority of things that I watch are makers. Woodworking, welding, machining, electronics, 3D printing, this stuff that's all around. I watch a ton of that content. Is there a skill that you haven't learned that you would like to? If not, what skill would you say is your least developed? There's a million skills I want to learn, but the top of my list right now is welding, and that is a skill that I also consider my least developed. When I was a kid, I learned how to weld with acetylene. My dad taught me with acetylene torches, gas welding, and I could probably still do that. I feel like I could. It's a pretty basic concept. But the MIG welder, I can't do it. I have one, and I just can't figure it out. It just frustrates me, and it irritates me. And, I could stick two pieces of metal together, but it's not going to be probably a very strong bond, and it'll look like garbage. And that frustrates me. My truck, the rocker panels, which are below the door frames, they're rusted through, which won't pass inspection here in West Virginia, so they need to be repaired, which you cut them out and weld new ones in. And I can't even do that. It's like an extremely basic job that I can't accomplish because the metal's too thin and I'll just burn through, and I need to figure the dang thing out. So I'm going to work on that. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for the questions, Levi. We also got postcards this week, so we're just going to start here at the top of the stack. This is somebody's house. Okay. Hi, Chevee. I live in a suburb of Chicago, so my town isn't very picturesque or exciting. So instead, I'm sending a postcard of my house and 2 of my favorite things in it. My wood-burning oven and my game library. Next time you're in the area, be sure to visit Tony, whose last name I can't pronounce. Tony is the thing we made right there with the t-shirt in it. Board Game Quest, that's Tony. Very super cool guy. This is a really cool postcard. MyPostcard.com, the #1 postcard app. So apparently you can... is this like a one... This came from New York, so I would assume this is something that you order a one of and it sends it. That's pretty amazing. Check out mypostcard.com if you're interested in sending me a postcard but don't know how to go about it. Very cool. Thank you so much, Tony. Very, very fun guy. All right. Let's just take another... Let's listen to another phone call.
Hi, Chevee. This is Joel.
Hi, Joel.
I wanted to wish you congratulations on 300 episodes of The Daily Shed. That's
Thanks,
so
buddy.
awesome. I imagine you had a couple days where you didn't really feel like you were in the mood.
Just a couple.
And maybe it was more of a chore a couple
Just
of
like
times,
2.
but I could tell that most of the time doing your videos, you love it, and I love it. It's great. Keep it up.
I will. Promise.
You're kind of an inspiration to me in that way. I put out a video about once a week, and I just like to watch yours all the time. I get ideas.
Thanks, bud.
It's great. So thank you. Thanks for letting me be a part of your shed. And,
Thank you.
Here's to 300 more episodes. We'll see you, Chevee.
Thank you for participating. You know what? There were lots of days where I didn't want to do it. Not gonna lie. And I've tried to tell you when those days happen. Obviously I'm not gonna tell you every time because I suffer some pretty intense depression and anxiety. So most days, I could just say screw it, but I haven't yet. 300 and I haven't. So that's a big thing for me mentally, and a big achievement for me mentally. So I'm glad that inspires you, Joel. I hope you continue making content because your content's pretty funny. If you guys haven't checked his channel out yet, you should go over there and just kind of browse through some of his wacky videos. He's got some really... He's an interesting guy. He also emailed in and said, feel free to plug my channel all you want. So there you go. I just did it again. And I'll post links to like everybody's whatever in the comments down below. So Joel also said he likes bearding and hates Coke. Bearding, as in beards, and hates Coke, and loves being a member of the shed. So thank you very much, Joel. I'm not a big fan of soda in general, so we have that in common. Okay, let's take a question. We have questions from Twitter also, so let's look at that. John White of Sir Bob said, would you recommend vlogging? What is the hurdles and positives about it? That's an extremely subjective question and very difficult for me to answer. Would I recommend it? Sure, why not? I don't really consider this... I mean, I guess this is a vlog. Probably a more pure term, a more pure sense of the word vlog than what we traditionally view as the vlog where, the selfie vlogs, where people are wandering around and showing you their lives. Because that's more like... auto documentary, is that a thing? Whereas this is more of a oral diary or oral journal. This is probably more vloggy than the rest. But I also try not to put too much of just my daily thoughts into it. I try to talk about compelling topics so that we can have conversations. But the challenge is, the hurdle is doing it, obviously. Most of us have the capability. All you need is a phone. And YouTube will even allow you to upload straight from your phone. So you don't need to have a microphone, an expensive camera, a soundboard, lighting setups, tripods. You don't need any of that stuff. You can do it straight off your phone. But if you want to make quality, if you want to do... the rolling titles like I do, or the intros and the music and all that stuff, you need to have a pretty solid concept of editing. You need to have a pretty thoughtful setup going into that. And then if you want to do multi-shots, if you want to do a vlog, like a traditional, I'm going to take my camera around with me and show you my day, that's hours of editing. There's no way around it. My show is intentionally one take because I don't have time to sit and edit every night. It takes long enough. From the time I shut this camera off till the video's on YouTube, it's usually anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on how long the video takes to render and stuff. And if I have to put in, like today's episode, I'll put in overlays for all of these various, for the postcards that takes a lot of time. It's not insignificant. It's extremely simple work, but it's just time. And that's the biggest hurdle. If you have a day job and you're trying to do this on the side, it's a huge hurdle, and that's difficult. But if you can find time to do it, I think it's an amazing insight into yourself. I go back and watch older episodes just to see where I was last year. And, I've said it many times. This is kind of like an encyclopedia of Dad for my little girls. If they ever want to know something years down the road, they can always turn to this show and say, well, there's Dad when he knew what he was talking about. That's Dad when I was still looking up to him. Okay, next postcard. This thing, this looks like it came from Washington State. This looks like it went through a nightmare to get here. I would love to have been along the journey with this thing to see how it got here. Chevee, the postcard episode was the very first episode of The Daily Shed I saw, so here's a small piece of my part of the world. Hope your map is growing quickly, Odin. Thank you so much, Odin. That's really, and I'd love a postcard from West Virginia. I will definitely send you one. This is winter storm waves in Washington State, and this postcard is mangled, but actually very pretty. So it's definitely going in the collection. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. Odin has been catching up with me recently, so it's pretty cool. He found this episode and then started following up. He apparently purchased Scallywags, my first published game, way back when, and then he at least knows about, I don't know if he was a backer of my campaign, my Kickstarter campaign. So Odin knows me through this internet thingy. That's pretty cool. And he's been watching all the old videos. Every now and then I'll get a notification that there's a comment, and it's like an old video that he's commenting on. So it's been really fun to kind of revisit those old videos with him. I've been enjoying that. Okay, let's take another call.
Hey, Chevee, this is Levi. I comment on your videos occasionally, sent you a couple of emails. I just wanted to call in and personally congratulate you on your 300th episode, because creating 300 of anything is no small feat, and it's something you should be proud of. And
I am.
I just wanted
Thank
to
you so much.
Thanks for putting yourself on YouTube and sitting in front of the camera almost every day of your life and sharing your life with us. I think it's a pretty special thing that you do. And I also wanted to thank you for inspiring me, because I'm going to start my own channel, and
hell yes,
I'm going to shoot it in my garage.
Yes,
yes, directly to you, because I didn't know where I wanted to film, and I thought, hey, Chevee shoots in his shed, I'll film in my garage. Anyway, congratulations again on 300. I can't wait to see the next 300.
I can't wait to see your 300. Or your first. Let's get one out of the way first. That's really awesome, Levi. And he emailed also. So see, some people are using multi-channels to get through. Wow. Thank you so much, Levi. That really, that's emotion. I like having emotions. Emotions are fun, right? Let's see. Another question from the Twitter. Brian Fisher asked, never starting versus never finishing. God. I do both of those. There's you miss 100% of the swings you never take or whatever. That's also kind of sometimes bullshit, because there's obvious swings we should never take, right? Never starting is a terrible way to learn, though. If you constantly reach for academia to teach you everything that you need to know about a skill before you attempt it, you will fail. And then it's extremely frustrating, and then you'll probably give up on it. So my standard practice with all of the all the skills I've learned, my standard practice has been to try it first and then learn about it later. And that way I have an actual understanding before I attempt to learn. Because oftentimes, I'm a very hands-on person. If I'm trying to learn the rules to a game, I cannot just sit down and read the rules. I have to have the pieces. I have to see how they move, because I need to have a complete understanding. And so if I never started something, if I just continually think about it or try to learn about it before ever even attempting it, it's a terrible way for me to fail. And failure is typically good. It teaches us. But as far as never finishing goes, that's just really damaging to your psyche, I think. You owe yourself some sort of finish, and you have to accept that you know, when I started this wood turning, I thought I'd have a knob at the end, and I don't. I have something that is vaguely roundish, and I stopped. And I probably will never finish this. And it's, you know, in this particular instance, it's not because it's not going to be perfect. It's just because it's not worth it, right? Like I wanted to try something, I did it. I'm not going to see it through to the end because it's not going to be really worth it out of this wood. So never finishing because you're afraid that it's not going to live up to your expectation. That's just shit. You need to get over that. But if you don't finish it because you're lazy, well, you just got to suck it up and figure out how to push through. But if you at least started it, then you probably learned something. So you can always say, well, at least I didn't, at least I now know. I now know what I'm capable of. And sometimes that can be good, I don't know. That's a tough one to answer. That's another subjective thing. We got one more postcard. This one comes from Fargo, North Dakota. What a great movie. From Chad. Chad says, "Greetings, Chevee from Fargo, North Dakota, the tundra, and no, we are not part of Canada. Good luck with the postcard project." Thank you so much, Chad. This postcard is gorgeous. This is Fargo, 314 Broadway in downtown Fargo. I assume that everybody there speaks and acts exactly like the characters in the movie. I mean, obviously, right? Because they wouldn't lie to us. Yeah, this is cool. I can't wait to get the postcard thing started. So thank you for that. I really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, back to, let's see, we got some Facebookers. Richard said, "What do you think of the one-eyed goat?" I am not clicking that link. That's what I think of that one-eyed goat. Suffering from a rare and unusually fatal condition, the miracle goat has attracted crowds. That thing looks fake. I'm not clicking it. I refuse. That is nightmare fuel that I'm not going to click on. So I will put the link in the description, and if you guys want to click on it, feel free. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. It's not going to happen. That's it. That's what we got. Let me check one more time on the Facebook. Oh, we got one from Aaron. Aaron Ashley said, "I would like to hear your view on quality versus quantity." Oh, God. I am much more a quality... Let me take this back. In my early life, I was much more quality over quantity. In my later life, I've realized that sometimes quality gets in the way. And what I mean by that is going back to the finishing versus starting or whatever. If you strive for perfection and you miss the target, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. So sometimes you have to accept the fact that you can create something quickly that isn't 100% perfect, and that's okay. Yeah. I'm just going to stop that there because I could go on. Maybe we'll do a whole show on that someday. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so frickin' much for 300 episodes of this craziness. It's been absolutely amazing. I don't even... It's such a rewarding part of my day. It's just so therapeutic to do this, and I don't want it to stop. So it's not going to because I'm in control. Thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for participating. Thank you for all of this. I really, really mean it. And I'm going to go edit it and get all this stuff put together and put it up. And I'm going to let Ryan and Joel give you today's random fact because those guys are awesome. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will do a project video this weekend and I'll see you here on Monday.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
This is Ryan Hubbard coming at you from hubbardshandmade.com. I'm here today with Joel from Joel Nert on YouTube. Today's random fact is brought to you by brandchannel.com. Which came first, Coke or Dr. Pepper? I'm pretty sure it was Pepsi, wasn't it, Joel? It wasn't.
If it was which one's best, the answer was Pepsi.
Oddly enough, Coca-Cola, the world's first recognized soft drink, was introduced in 1886, 1 year later than a multi-flavored carbonated concoction called Dr. Pepper.
You kidding me?
Nope. It says in 1885, a pharmacist named Charles Alderton was experimenting with several fruit-based flavors at the soda fountain and came up with Dr. Pepper.
Wow. Knocked me over with a feather.
So Pepsi was really copying them. They came out like several years later. How does that make you feel?
They made it the best.
They came last and they did it best.
Third time's a charm.